Welcome Grammy Award winner and member of the legendary R&B group 112, Q Parker in the building.
What's going on, family?
Hey, Q.
What's up, my guy?
Roll damn tide.
Roll Tide all day.
Come on, baby.
You already know it.
Man, it had to get that out the way. Congratulations on your new single, Big.
I appreciate that.
Definitely feel like the 90s R&B that we love, man. How did you come up with that? And, how are people feeling it when you perform it?
Man, it's actually been an awesome kind of season for me. I got with my team here in Atlanta, Black Elvis, Felly the Voice, Al Jamal, Jay Bush, Tario, and we got in the room, man. And the way that I like to do when I record, I like to just kind of see where the landscape is and see how I can find myself in the lane. And I just felt like, man, a lot of guys weren't singing to women anymore. The songs were not relational, and so one of the guys said, "Yo, we need to bring begging back." Shout out to OG Keith Sweat, Bobby Womack, Lenny Williams, and all those guys. But we wanted to do begging differently. Not because you messed up, not because you're begging for forgiveness or anything like that, but just begging because you love the person, begging because we redefine the word beg. And so the acronym is bringing endless gratitude. And you do that to somebody you love. It's just doing nice things. It's doing good deeds. And you do that every day of the week just because.
That's beautiful. And speaking of beg, I know you personally, and we worked on some projects together, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You and Charlinda have been married for how many years now?
22 years.
22 years.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
Thank you.
So naturally, I'm thinking there was some begging involved in keeping
Absolutely.
that relationship together. But what other things would you say have contributed to your marriage lasting this long?
Just being cool with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think compatibility is something that is so necessary. Like, you just got to like the person. And I feel like if we incorporate this begging as a consistent, it becomes our norm, then I think relationships are in a good space. It's not, like I said, it's not ended with something. I'm doing it because I love you, because I care about you, because I want to be thoughtful. And like I said, those deeds are just small things like, cooking or taking the trash down or folding the bed. Like, it's just normal things that you do to just show your partner that, I care about you and I love you, and I'm doing this just because. And, Charlene and I, we've incorporated that.
Beautiful.
Well, I'm glad you gave the redefined beg.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of Lenny Williams, because he begged a lot.
Oh, no, he begged.
And he said how much he loved her and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all doing that. You redefined that. So now the R&B landscape has changed a lot, Q, since the 90s. So what are your thoughts on the evolution of the genre, and how has your approach to making music changed?
So my approach hasn't changed. It's just I'm aware of what's going on in the game, and like you said, the landscape. And so whenever someone asks me how I feel about the current state of R&B, I'm always give it respect, because this generation deserves the right to translate it in their way. I say that because in 1996, when 112 came out, had you asked the OJs or the Whispers or any of those groups, how did they feel about these guys wearing leather, singing over these hip-hop tracks, they probably would have said, that ain't my cup of tea. But they gave us the grace to interpret our version of R&B the way we felt like we needed to. And so when I listen to today's R&B, I give them the respect. May not necessarily be my cup of tea, but I give them the respect. How has that changed the way that I approach music? I listen to what the culture is doing sonically, but my delivery and the way that I approach music will always be the same. Love, life, and relationships will never die. And because I've lived 48 years on this earth, been married 22 years, have kids, have grandkids, I got a lot of material that I can sing about.
Wow.
And so I just put all of that on records. And here, this is why we have a record like Big.
Woo. That's deep, man.
Yes, sir. Okay. So outside of the music, Q, you stepped into the film world. Why don't you tell us about that a little bit?
So I am just, man, when I tell you God bestowed a lot of favor on Quintus Parker.
I know that's right.
And it doesn't just stop with singing. Obviously, a lot of people know me for my
Broadway.
instrument,
Yep.
but I'm gifted in a lot of ways. And so I have the opportunity, present day, to give the world 100% Q Parker, when for years they really could only get 25%.
Right.
Because when you're in a group so equally talented as 112, you can only master 25%, because the moment you go into 26%, I'm now stepping in my brother's lane, and then that's not fair to him. And so for all those years, I got 75% just in the closet somewhere, sitting over in the corner. And I had to get to a point when I said, you know what, let me have a relationship with all these years of 75%. And so when opportunities now come that I can be an actor, I can do community stuff, philanthropy, I can do all the things that I know God has blessed me with. Now the world is able to see 100% Q Parker, and it's so fun, it's exciting. I get to just do everything that I know that I can do.
That's what's up.
That's deep.
That's awesome. That's You've been blessed to just really maintain after all these years in the business. And you were one of my first friends when I moved to Atlanta and started radio in Atlanta. You would just check in on me, and you just have a heart of gold.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You can just feel God's presence on you. And we know that you have a background with Bad Boy, and I was on Instagram, and you know how they naturally show comments from people that you follow, and I noticed you had a comment under Diddy's apology video, which is now deleted, and you offered him support, and you said it's something to the effect of everyone makes mistakes, and I'm praying for you. And in light of everything that's come out with Diddy, is there a side of him that you've seen that would offer an explanation as to why all of this is happening and these accusations again?
So I can't say as far as an explanation, but whenever I'm asked about the Diddy situation, my first approach is to come from the guy that I know. And the guy that I know changed my life. The guy that I know invested in me and my brothers, changed the whole trajectory of my life, my family's life, my legacies, right? My legacy. And so the first thing I do is I'm not going to turn my back on that guy because that guy needs love, support, friendship, all of those things. And so although I don't agree with a lot of the things that I've seen, as a brother to another brother, we can't afford to just have this immediate cancel culture. Everybody is at the liberty to do what they want. But the way that I was raised is we love our people through. When we love them, if we care about them, even though they are flawed, all of us are flawed. And again, my relationship with him is, hey man, let's talk about where you are. How can I help? Let's gather together and let's make right some of these things.
Absolutely.
But for me, it starts with, I love this guy because of how he invested in me, changed my life. And because of that, first and foremost, I personally won't cancel him. I won't cancel Mike. I won't cancel Ricky. I won't cancel nobody because I believe everybody has to deal with the two words, forgiveness and grace, at some point in your life.
Absolutely.
We're all flawed. We all have made mistakes, some greater than the others. But I don't have a hell or heaven to put nobody in.
Preach.
But I'm just not going to just cancel somebody because they made some wrong choices in their lives.
That's powerful right there, and I hope everybody take heed to that. And I want everybody to make sure y'all get this new album, this new song, Beg, right now. And Q, thank you for coming on the show, and Roll Damn Tide. Let everybody know how they can follow you.
Man, I appreciate that. Roll Tide, man. I am Q Parker 112 across all the platforms. The song Beg, again, is bringing endless gratitude. Men, beg for your women. Ladies, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it easy. Beg for your man too. But the song is out. It's available everywhere you get your music. And yeah, man, I thank y'all for y'all time too.
Nah, man, we thank you, man. Y'all give it up and show your love for Q Parker.